Sometimes you get a request from someone in the chat asking if you could send them a link to a specific location in Second Life. The links that we use are known as Slurls, or Second Life URLs. And if someone has that Second Life URL, they can double click on it and be taken directly to a specific location. So you can share your current location, or you can share your landmarks with people in the chat. So let's have a look how we go about that. So first of all, I'm going to open up the chat, and let's just look at nearby chat right now. I have nearby chat selected. And if someone in the chat was asking for a landmark, you would first of all open up your landmarks by clicking Me, and then Places, and you would get to My Landmarks in that folder. So you have your list of landmarks, and if they were requesting a specific landmark that you had, you would click on that landmark to select it, and then right-click the selected landmark, and what you notice is there's a menu opens up, and it has Copy Landmark right here. So we would left-click Copy Landmark. And now if we go over to the chat box, we click once in the chat box to activate it. And now to paste that landmark, we right-click the box, and that brings up a small menu, and we notice there's Paste on there. We click Paste. And now what it's pasted in is actually the Slurl, the Second Life URL for the landmark that you just selected. And now you press the Enter key, and that landmark now goes into the chat. And you might just add a few words here to identify the location of that, the area of that landmark, so that if there are people in the chat that have requested that, or one person in particular, you could then have them double click, quickly click twice on that landmark, and it would take them to that location. Once they were there, they could also go through their own landmarking procedure by clicking the green star at the top and saving that to their own landmarks. Now you could also, if for example someone had sent you an instant message requesting a landmark, and let's just bring up instant messaging, we would go to Communicate and Friends, and let's say Grocky has sent me an instant message. I'll just open up the chat box for an instant message with Grocky, right click on his name and click I am. And now if he had requested a slur from me and a landmark, now that I am got an instant message open with Grocky, I would go to Me, Places, to open up my landmarks, and select a landmark, and then right click on it and select either Copy Landmark or Copy Slurl. Let's just try Copy Slurl. And then I would click the chat box to highlight it, right click the chat box and select Paste from the right click menu. and the moment I click enter, then that slurl goes into my instant message chat with Grocky, so that he now has that slurl. He can see that slurl, he can double click, and he can go to that landmark location, and again, if he wishes, he can landmark it for himself by clicking on the star in the top bar. If I wanted to send my current location, I would click once on my top location bar at the very top, and that's the slurl for my current location. Again, I can right click on that. It brings up a small menu and I can copy that. So in the same way, I can also paste my current location that I've gotten from this top bar into the instant message chat with Grocky. And I'll just ask him to ignore this for now. Now, one final place that we could copy and paste a slurl would be if we wanted to send a slurl to the entire group, Prosperity Path group. To select them, we would click on People. It brings up a nearby friends, groups, a bunch of tabs. Click on Groups and click on Prosperity Path with the left mouse button. Then with the right mouse button, click once and a small menu comes up. Click Chat and it opens up the Prosperity Path whole group now for chat. I'm just going to delete some information that I had there before, and what you would normally see is to Prosperity Path, the whole group now. So if you wanted to send either your location or one of your landmarks, for your landmarks you'd go Me, Places, and again you would select a landmark, you would right click on it, select Copy Slurl, and now it's been copied. You can click in the chat box to the whole group, to Prosperity Path, click Paste, and that landmark is pasted in, and it's sent to the whole group once you click Enter. Now, there is a second method of sharing landmarks with individuals, and it doesn't involve copying and pasting. So we would start out by selecting someone that we want to send an instant message to as the recipient of a landmark, and we have them highlighted in green in the conversations box. So I have Cappies highlighted here. I would right click on his name, and now I notice the second menu is opened up with the word Share towards the bottom of that menu. So now when I click on Share, it brings up my inventory, and so I can share items in my inventory not only with Cappies but with a number of people, specifically friends and also people that are nearby. So if I wanted to share, say, the theatre landmark, I would right click on it, and again I notice there is the word a second menu is opened and there's the word Share at the top. I click on the word Share, and now it allows me to choose one or more residents. So I would select a person by clicking on their name, and if I hold down the Control key while I click, then I can select multiple people in order to send that particular landmark to that I've selected. Then I would simply click on Select, and now it asks me if I'm sure that I want to share the following items, and which is the theatre landmark with the following residents. And now I'd simply click on OK, and the request would be sent to those people, asking them if they want the landmark. So I'll just close that. That's if I'm sending the landmark. Also, I should say there's a Near Me tab where I can do the same with people that are close by. So I can select either friends or people that are near me to send a landmark. Now, when someone gives me a landmark, we see the words come up in my conversations window. The person's name, in this case Cappies, has given you this landmark, and it's called Theatre. And now I can either click on Show, Discard, or Block. So I click Show, and once I click that, then the landmark goes into my inventory as a landmark. So you can send landmarks to one or more persons that are your friends or people nearby. And when you receive landmarks from someone, if you've requested one, then you will click Show in order to proceed with getting that landmark into your own inventory.